So this first one is from Osab Abutoa, called "Things You May Find Hidden in My Ear." This was from this person made a recommendation. I guess this isn't due to its entire poetry, with lines like borders are those invented lines drawn with an ash on maps and sewn in the ground into the ground by bullets. Damn. Let's get into this. Things you may find hidden in my ear by Musab Abutoa. When you open my ear, touch it gently. My mother's voice lingers somewhere inside. Her voice is the echo that helps recover my equilibrium when I feel dizzy during my attentiveness. You may encounter songs in Arabic, poems in English I recite to myself, or a song I chant to the chirping birds in our backyard. When you stitch the cut, don't forget to put all these back in my ear. Put them back in order as you would do with books on your shelf. The drone's buzzing sound, the roar of an F-16, the screams of bombs falling on houses, on fields and on bodies, of rockets flying away. Rid my small ear canal of them all. Spray the perfume of your smiles on the incision. Inject the song of life into my veins to wake me up. Gently beat the drums so my mind may dance with yours, my doctor, day and night. Very beautiful poem, first things first. I love, love, love. I think my favorite line here is this one, when you stitch the cut, don't forget to put all these back in my ear. My first immediate reaction to this is it's obvious, not obviously, but it's highlighting the want and attempt to not only preserve the beauty of life in Palestinians, the beauty in it, the harmonious, the humanity of it, the laughs, the music, the art, wanting to not only preserve that, but then spray the perfume of your smiles on the incision. It's almost like a healing effect. Perfumes, perfumes automatically make one think of smells. They make one think of, and when you think of smells, that is like the scent that is most associated with memory, if I'm recalling that correctly. Like when you smell something, that triggers a memory stronger than even like hearing or seeing something again. So it's almost like the memory of those smiles, the memory of those lives are healing. Spray the perfume of your smiles on the incision, make the incision better, make it lighter, using the smiles for comfort. I think that gets followed up more when he says, inject the song of life into my veins to wake me up. Again, treating the beauty and art of life, of preservation, of existence as healing, as something to get him up. As just a concept of joy to the hordes and genocide, but using sound. Yeah, definitely. Oh, and now that you actually even bring up using sound, I forgot. I didn't even realize that this is like, even this first part where they're talking about where he's talking about the hordes of war is very sound heavy. Drone buzzing, roar, screams of bombs falling. And screams is appropriate because like if you watch those videos of the missile strikes when they hit the Gaza Strip, the Israeli missiles, that sound, hearing that sound is enough to make, I think, anybody's blood go cold if you understand what it means, if you understand what's about to happen. Like certain sounds, like there's certain sounds that like, I expect to hear every day, artificial sense, car noises, birds chirping, the buzz and hums of my computers, the electronics, people talking, footsteps, just like my everyday noises and certain everyday noises that like I would hope everybody has in a sense of peace. But unfortunately, the children, the men, the women, the people of the Gaza Strip, and even the West Bank nowadays, unfortunately, that sound is their everyday noise, and it is a terrifying sound. It is genuinely, ugh. So I'm gonna go into the next poem. Turn this off. So this is Longing Inspired by the Law of Gravity from Fatma Tukan. Palestinian poet Fatma Tukan pens a poem mourning the loss of loved ones before turning to the possibility of impending death. November 2nd, 2006, published in Writing Palestine. This one will probably be a little heavy. It's a bit longer. So let's get into it. Time's out and I'm home alone with the shadow I cast. Gone is the law of the universe. Scattered by frivolous fate, nothing to hold down my things, nothing to weigh them to the floor. My possessions have flown. They belong to others, my chair, my cupboard, the revolving stool, alone with the shadow I cast. No father, no mother, no brothers, no sisters to swell the house full with laughter. Nothing but loneliness and grief and the rubble of months. The years bend my back, slow my steps, blind me to the horizon. I miss the smell of coffee, the scent in the air, its absence, an ecstasy where I drown morning and night. Time's out and I'm home alone with the shadow I cast. I miss the company of books, their consolation through trouble and joy. I miss my mother's ancient clock, family photos framed on the wall. I miss Oud for all its silence, severed strings. Time's out and I'm home alone. The curfew hurts. It hurts me. No, it kills me. The killing of children near my home. I'm afraid of tomorrow. I'm afraid of the unknowable resources of fate. Oh God, don't let me be a burden. Shunned by young and old, I wait to arrive where the land is silent. I'm waiting for death. Long has been my journey. Oh God, may the path short and the journey end. I mean, this is just a gut punch of a read. Again, this is, and I keep feeling the need to highlight the year because so many people want to treat this whole genocide that's happening as an isolated event. But this is a poem that was written in 2006. The Palestinian struggle is one that has been going on for a very, very long time. Obviously, the poem's discussion of loss and grief is very palpable. The loneliness that grief has brought upon them. I think the poem was really summed up well with this. Time's out and I'm home alone with the shadow I cast. This line is heart-wrenching for me. Not only because I'm home alone, speaks volumes to the loneliness that is being experienced in these moments of grief. To have lost your family because they have been killed, not gone away, not alive somewhere else, but killed. They are in the ground, gone. And you're just simply left with this home, a home that is now empty of all the things that made it home. And all they have left is the shadow she cast, the shadow of all she has left is this cold darkness that can't hug her back, that can't hug her back, that can't relent the sorrow being experienced, and just the rubble of the months, the years. Rubble is such a specific word here to use because you have to understand that so much of what colonization is, so much of what the Israeli government has done to the Palestinian people is left them with rubble. The systematic and very intentional destruction of their cultural sites, their homes, their olive trees, their beaches, their boats, their airstrip. If you don't know, a very deliberate thing that was done was after the Israeli government evacuated the Gaza Strip and replaced it with the blockade on the sea, the air, and the land. Part of their leaving, they destroyed the airstrip there so that there was no way to fly, so that there was no direct airport in the Gaza Strip to be used by them. My possessions have flown, they belong to others. It's fucking heart-wrenching. She doesn't even get to keep her things. No, dude, that's the other thing too. She doesn't these people haven't even been left with the comfort of their belongings. Do you know how important the remnant of someone is when you've lost them? Do you understand that for some people, when they lose their grandmother, their mother, their family, friends, even pets, dude, when you have just the little things they left with you, the book that they loved, that pet's leash, that friend's letter, their bracelets, even their recipes, just having those things make the losses just a little bit easier. Just a little bit of something to remind you of them, because we're human, man. We're human. Our memories are gonna go. it's going to be harder to just remind yourself of something. Half the time, when you are trying to remind yourself of something, you are looking at the memory of a memory rather than the memory of the actual thing. You know, objects are important. They hold sentiment, and to not even be given the grace to hold those. So another poem we're gonna go to is "Don't Step on My Feet Again." This is from Basman Alirawi. Under the constant buzzing of drones, the roar of F-16s over my head while I play hide and seek with peace, whispering, "Don't be just a break in between assaults." The electricity goes off. Total darkness. While I dance with hope, whispering, "Don't step on my feet again." At the border, crossing between the earth and sky, I still stand for hours. My legs are shaking. The sweat all over my body, a voice inside my head whispering, "You're a full human even if you feel like half." Oh, God. I mean, again, we have a very, we have some similar imagery to the poem that we read earlier. We're using the constant buzzing of drones. It's terrifying to me that buzzing of drones noise is something that's a through line for these poems, because that really illustrates how common it is. To read multiple poems, each one having a through line of just the noise, the constant noise, by the way, constant noise of warfare in your ear, in your everyday life, is so sad. And this, something that's kind of heartbreaking about this one is kind of like how anytime the like hopeful parts of this, they say dance with hope, play hide and seek with peace. He talks about just these moments of reprieves as games, as moments that he knows are brief, of moments that they know are brief, of moments that they know won't last, but they hope against hope that they will last. Dance with hope. Dancing for a song. It's light, it's playful, it's something that is going to ultimately be temporary or comes to an end. And then just this line here this line especially has been heartbreaking, again, with the way we have seen media cover the Palestinian people. You're a full human even if you feel like half. Again, so much of what the big media campaign has been, the Western media campaign has been, is purposeful dehumanization and invalidation of Palestinian people, acting like they're animals, addressing them as if they are born terrorists, all of which is false, and just frankly stupid if you use critical thinking for more than 5 seconds. But still, again, the major mainstream narrative pushed for this. Angel said, "The Palestinian people have been sharing moments that are peaceful. I saw 30 people caring for cats or saving cats. They even had refugees save for turtle and showing other refugees to bring them hope. I think there's moments of peace keep their hopes up. I think it's not only important to show the violence, but it's also important to show the moments of peace and hope." Yeah, definitely. That's part of the reason I wanted to do this stream, because I've seen people talking about how important it is to humanize this struggle too, which I couldn't agree more with. Like, Angel, you're hitting, you're right. It is important to humanize and give people peace. Not only because you want to, give people the validation that they deserve, that yes, you're a full human being, deserving of life, deserving of love, deserving of validation, but for the people across the world who are being inundated with death all the time from coming out, seeing that there are people alive and struggling and hoping for life adds fuel to the fury of these protests that are demanding a ceasefire. It's that continued showing of humanization is how you get more people and more people to join those protests, to keep fighting the good fight of, we need to save these people because there are still people to save. So it is important to humanize them like that. And I think the last poem we'll read today is this poem, "Why Are You Still Here?" Also from Basman Al-Dirawi. and let's just get into it. Despite tearing up over killing my olive tree, I still hold the tears to water another tree. Despite their massive veto slapping my face, the echo expands loudly into my space, shakes my core and squeezes my heart. I still stand. Despite their F-16s, despite their machine guns, despite their apartheid wall, despite their checkpoints, I keep asking myself, why are you still here? Sometimes I am lost in answering until I see my grandfather take a nap under his olive tree before the colonizer came and ended his life. Again, dude. Again, guys, it's just to have to like keep going and just I couldn't even imagine to have to keep going, to be brave, to be strong in these moments where they deserve to be weak. Grandparents, family, friends, loved ones, crushes that never will see fruition, love that never gets to blossom, breakups that never get to teach you about what you want. All of these very real human experiences just torn away from you for no good reason. And again, that book, the poems that we just read these books from, the book that we just read these poems from is Lights in Gaza. It is free on the Haymarket bookstore. I highly recommend reading it. I'm going to be reading the rest of it over the next couple of weeks. And again, during this time, there's so many things going on. Sign a petition if you can, call a representative if you can, share a post here or there, educate yourself. I really can't emphasize enough the power in educating yourself on this situation. Because even from personal experience, I'll say I've always had the emotional part here with this, right? I've always had the solidarity with an oppressed group, in this case with the Palestinians, but and I've in the very elementary history of what's been going on, but like reading the books, reading the articles, educating myself on the history has truly and utterly given me the tools to have meaningful conversation and translate to other people not only why they should care from a human element, but why they should care in a this really does directly impact you element. Again, for the black community, their solidarity with Palestine goes a long way, but it's much longer than one might initially think. It really goes back to like the 60s and 70s, 1960s, 1970s, and it's very, very interlinked in the way that black people and other communities of color experience police brutality in the United States. Yeah, I know this was a heavy stream. I think I literally cried twice today. These people haven't even been given the grace and room to grieve properly. Like to lose so much of your life in such a short amount of time and not even be given the room to grieve. What a shame.